Hello again, guys. Today we're going to be looking at something that came with this microphone that I'm actually talking into at the moment. The mic obviously is the Audio-Technica AT2020USB. You can check out the video on that. I'll link to down below, and I'll probably put a card up there. But today we're going to be taking a look at this. This is the CAD Audio Acousti-Shield 32. Now this is very difficult to fit into the frame, so I'm going to open this box and try to dispose of it very quickly. Okay, there's just lots and lots of box. For the sake of my sanity, I've gone ahead and just moved it off to the side. Lots of cardboard, box full of stuff. Lots of actually very nice quality metal components. There you go, little box full of just tons of metal components. And while I'm doing all this, I realize I haven't actually told you what this Acousti-Shield actually does. But I think you'll see here in just a minute. This thing is big, and there's lots of plastic. Okay, there you go. Now it did also come with this little booklet, bunch of things that you can also buy from CAD Audio, throwing that away, as well as a little bit of product literature to tell you all of the wonderful things this is capable of, as well as give you a little bit of a layout as to how you'd actually set this up. This will be very, very handy. But just to give you sort of a little bit of an overview, what this does, you can see all of this foam in here. This blocks sound. Foam blocks sound for the most part. On the bottom of this, there's going to be a tripod mount, or at least some sort of a mount, where all of this little hardware over here can mount to it. And then right here, sticking out just a few inches, is where my microphone, that you cannot see, that is just off camera this way, will mount to it. So then from the other side looking at it, you'll see something that looks like this. Very nice design, very solid. But once you're inside of it, you'll be in this little foam enclosure that will block out a ridiculous amount of sound. Again, hopefully. So I think at this point I'm going to take some time and try to assemble all of this. I'm not even going to do it on camera. I'll be right back. Alright, that didn't take terribly long at all. Everything is now assembled, well, for the most part. I actually don't have it attached to a stand or anything yet, but as you can sort of see, if you can see this on the camera, you've got your foam shield, you've got this little bit that sticks in here. This is actually where the microphone will attach. It's got the big, I think it's called a 5/8 inch head. So this is where you'll actually put your microphone. Luckily, the AT2020 does have this on it. And as you can see here, this little piece, this is one of the metal pieces. It had a screw end in here, big, solid, sturdy screw. This part can unscrew and it can move anywhere in this general area that it wants to move, or where you want to put it at least. It attaches to this other little plate, which has two screws that hold it to the entirety of the rest of the unit. Everything went together in a total of literally a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. And I'm absolutely loving the build quality so far. Everything feels very solid and very nice. So I think I'm going to take another minute, sorry. I'm going to move the microphone over to this and try to move this onto my mic stand. Okay, well I'm not going to go ahead and put this on the stand right now. I'm doing everything sort of live at the moment. I didn't stop recording during this section, but I have gone ahead and moved the microphone inside of the foam shield. So maybe you'll be able to notice a little bit of a difference. And actually, if I get down inside of here, closer to the microphone, you may be able to notice it's probably dampening a lot of the echo that you may have been hearing just a moment ago. This may be entirely too loud. Sorry, I'm just getting used to the microphone. But so far, I mean, just sitting here in front of it, I can tell a noticeable difference in the audio quality between what I was doing before when I was just talking toward my camera and toward the wall and what I'm doing right now. I am actually going to have to go back and listen to the audio to see what the difference actually is, and also probably install this on a stand so I can properly use it on a regular basis. Alright, so I did just a few more quick tests with this whole setup off camera. The biggest thing that I found was when I'm facing this direction, I don't have a whole lot of room on that side of the camera. I have a lot of room behind me, which means there's a lot of room for echo behind me. If I turn the other direction, most of that echo gets canceled out. If I'm facing this direction, it doesn't cancel out a huge amount. So it's really going to depend upon the placement in your room. It's going to depend upon your whole setup as to how it works for you. For me, the grand majority of the time when I'm going to use something like this, I'm probably going to be facing that way because that's where my computer is. And for this kind of setup, I would probably use it, not how you're seeing it right now, where it's actually sort of visible on camera. But more often than not, I would probably be using it for doing screencast type recordings or even audio recordings for like music and songs and whatnot. Don't look forward to that. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But anyway, for the price that I paid for this whole setup, the whole thing, because I had a gift card, was $125. The microphone itself, I think, is more than worth that. The mic itself usually retails for $150 on Adorama. And this Acousti-Shield normally retails for about $95. So you put the two together, it's like a $240 package. And I paid $125 for it. So I am extraordinarily pleased with it at that price point. At $240, I still think it's a really good deal. The Acousti-Shield, if you're going to be doing music and you've got a way to mount it in such a way that you can stand up to do your full vocals or your guitar or whatever else it is you're going to do, I think this whole setup would be a great addition for that. I will say I haven't tested this microphone with any instruments yet. I haven't done any singing into it. I've just spoken into it, but it has a very decent sound. I've been using the Blue Yeti for a lot of years now, and I love the way that this mic sounds, potentially even a lot more than the Yeti. And when you mix it with something like this Acousti-Shield to take out all of that excessive echo, I think that makes it all the more useful. And you know what? I think that's going to be about all from me for today. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to hit the thumbs up button below this video if you like this video. subscribe to receive all of my videos when they become available, and we'll see you again next time.